Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so excited to have you here. We're going to dive right into your reading. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I'm very, very happy to have you here. These are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Spirit, what do we need to know about Pisces and their love situation? What is going on with Pisces' love situation, please, for Pisces? Show us what Pisces needs to know. Show us what Pisces needs to know. Can I get one more? Okay. Wow. How quickly things can change, Pisces. My gosh. I'm just going to show you. These are your cards that fell upright. Or, face up. And I always put a heavy emphasis on them. This is the card that fell out in the beginning. Okay. So this is a very clear message, Pisces, whereas there's no doubt here. We have this energy of synchronicity on the bottom of the deck, and you have it's a 44 card. If you start seeing fours, or if 44 is something, or if you have started seeing fours, this can mean something. And this is, fours talk about our foundation. So it talks about something that could be foundational in our life, potentially a strong relationship, potentially like the life that we have built for ourselves. Take it as it resonates, apply it the way your intuition guides you. So you have grief and sadness, healing, euphoria. And then the one card that came out by itself in the beginning in the first shuffle is optimism. And, this is telling me really to stay very positive around matters of the heart right now. I feel like, there is this energy around you right now, Pisces. I'm just going to tell you, even when I meditate, I can feel it, where things change out of nowhere, where there's just this energy of, you could meet your forever person in a moment. You will, or you have, in that moment, your whole life changed. You know what I'm saying? Or this can be even some kind of opportunity. It feels very life-changing. It feels very aligned with you spiritually, emotionally, physically. It feels in every way, it just lights you up energetically. This is something, when we don't always know where something is going to come from or where something is going to happen in our life, right? We don't know that moment is approaching. We don't know that moment is now, a lot of times when we're in it. And it's something that, you can't necessarily plan for. It's something that you can't necessarily predict. But I feel like Spirit is giving you this card on the bottom of the deck, Synchronicity 44, for a reason. And I feel like, Spirit is saying, stay optimistic, because you have been through a lot. You have been through some hurt. You've been through some sadness. You've been through some pain. You've been through some healing. And, those things have not been in vain. Those things have not been for nothing, right? Obviously, if you're healing from grief and sadness, you're feeling better. But there's also this energy of preparation, of possibly even that healing energy being the foundation of this springboard of what you're heading into. And with optimism here, this is just maintaining that hopeful attitude that, like, yeah, your life could change in a moment. It's just one moment, and it happens all the time. And people a lot of times will tell you the story of the moment when their whole life changed. And it's not that I feel like your whole life needs changing, by the way, Pisces. I feel like you guys have built a firm foundation for yourself, for this success, for this moment, for this opportunity. So, all right, let's keep going. I grabbed these divine doorway cards because of the eclipse. I honestly, I'm a Libra, sun and rising, and I woke up this morning like a brand new person. I was like, oh wow. I feel like we were leading up to that energy of the eclipse for a long time, and now it has like cleared something. It's changing something. All right, let's see. For Pisces, what is the doorway for Pisces? What is the doorway for Pisces? All right, you guys are getting sunset, okay. Trust the universe, okay. Secret sketches and begin here. Guys, you keep getting this energy of you have some kind of new beginning coming. You are closing out a cycle. Let's read the cards. It says sunset. Time here turns to release and unfurl. Old cords of pain fade as the sun's light burns. Yeah, we're releasing, we're letting go. Wow, as the sun's light burns. Doesn't that sound like an eclipse? And then, although it was a lunar eclipse, we have trust the universe. Intuition has wandered and led you astray. The timing's not yours, but the universe at play. Okay, this is something that reminds us that as much as we try to force something, or as much as we try to cling to something, or as much as we try to control the when, the how, the this, the that, there are just certain things in this world that we can't control. We're human. You know, and it's not really for us to control. It's for us to let unfold and for us to respond to in the most positive way from our highest and best self. And this is saying, you know, the universe provides the opportunity or the person or the place or the where or the how when you're ready, and when it's the right time. And there's no way for us to know that. Time is a human construct. Time does not exist when the universe is concerned. It's just like language. It's just like the labeling of words. It's something that we need in order to, you know, be efficient humans and work in concert together, right? We need time. We need to be able to say, hey, be on Zoom at 9 o'clock, you know what I mean? Or whatever, or this meeting or this thing is at this time. But the universe does not work like that. The universe is all about feeling and flow and those kinds of things. All right, so you have begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now here. Yeah, I really feel a heavy emphasis on the moment is yours. This has been coming out in your readings here lately. I do feel this, for some of you, this can be someone coming back around. For others of you, I think this can be something brand new. And then you have secret sketches on the bottom of the deck. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. You know, this to me is giving me the vibe of really telling the universe what you want, really being very clear about what you're looking to manifest or what you would like in your life or how you would like things to work out. And keep in mind, this is a sketch. And, you know, I know I have a lot of artists that watch this channel, and I know that a lot of Pisces are just incredibly creative beings, but think about a sketch. A sketch is not a fine, detailed piece of art. A sketch is a rough, loose outline. And this is like, when we tell the universe, I want this person coming back to me in this energy, we're asking the universe for something that the universe cannot deliver. It may work out, you know, it may happen. That person may go through some kind of transformation and realize and come back around. It can happen. It does happen. I've seen it happen. But when we are limiting our possibilities by putting that type of parameter on it, that it's like only this person will do, only this person can make me happy, we're really eliminating the potential for things that could actually bring us far greater happiness. So if what you want is a mature relationship where there's an equal give and take, and where you know, you feel seen and heard and loved and cared for, and you have a safe place to put all the love that you have and that you hold, Pisces, in, you know, towards someone else without it being taken advantage of, without it being, you know, unreciprocated, or, you know, there being an inequity in the give and the take, then ask for that. And if it is that person that's ready, and if that person has transformed, then it will be that person that shows up. If that is what is meant for you, and if that is what is in your highest and best, then that's what will show up. Trust the universe. But if that person cannot do it, then why are you cutting yourself off from the opportunity of having it? You're not the one that can't do it. You know what I mean? You're not the one that can't show up. Why are you going to cut yourself off from it? So there's this energy of just really, you know, doing the sketch. You know, this is how I would like my life to be balanced. This is what I would like my life to look like and feel like and smell like and be like, and you know, and put it all in there. But don't limit yourself when it comes to the form in which it shows up, the how of the way that it shows up, the, you know, all of those things. Just leave that to the universe. Allow yourself to be surprised. I do feel that surprised energy here in this reading for sure. So let's see. And it's, you know, letting go with grace, those things that are not working for us in our life, you know? And sometimes it's like, I'm just going to leave it there. All right, here we go. Sometimes you just got to know when to not muddy the waters. All right, here we go. For Pisces. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. All right. See, you guys are getting this grief and sadness, and you're getting Perpetua. She who aches, sadness, solitude, silent withdrawal. And, you know, ever since we got the moon with the Fool card on that one reading, I hope you guys all watched it, but I just feel you coming out of this darkness, or you coming out of a period of, you know, just possibly solitude, or possibly just, you know, kind of diving deep into yourself, or being alone, being in like a hermit type energy. Trying to navigate that space, trying to figure things out. Again, you guys are getting a new beginning here. But you have Regina, leadership, provocation, and power. Pisces, you know, I think a lot of people think that Pisces are typically pretty meek, or they kind of just go with the flow, a mutable water sign. You know, I mean, think about it. You are changeable, and you are water. Water takes the shape of whatever vessel that it's in, right? But the truth is, you are kind of secret leaders. You are observers, and your observations are very powerful. You are also intuits, and your intuition is very, very powerful. And those things combine, and when people actually recognize your strengths, they will oftentimes defer to you. I feel that, and I find that, because they understand that there is a lot of wisdom in that energy. There's a lot of wisdom on not approaching something from a very rigid and fixed perspective. You are the opposite of that, right? There's an opportunity. There's an opportunity of deeper understanding by the willingness to take the shape of whatever vessel you're in. Instead of saying, this is my shape, I hold my shape, I do not bend, I do not yield, I do not, you know, there's a lot of, and the world really needs that energy of like, hey, you know, I'm willing to see this from all perspectives. I'm willing to, you know, the hangman energy. But, you know, when I connect to what is important to me, high priestess energy, you know, I see that the solution probably lies here, or the greatest understanding, or the greatest ability to take this conflict or problem and take it to the next level. It comes from this space, and it comes really typically from a space of greater understanding, right? So, you know, you may be even the leader in some kind of relationship, or finding yourself the leader in you know, possibly at work, possibly among your friend group, possibly, you know, even in your family. I just feel like there's a lot of healing energy that's out there, and not that it's your responsibility to heal anything or anyone beyond yourself, but there is this energy of what you can lend to every situation that you're involved in, you know, no matter what it is, of kind of hearing people out, or it's almost like an energy of patience, but it's more sophisticated than that. Anyway, I see that here. And then you have she who begins, launch, actualize, potential, and you have she who guides, new path, guide, renewal. So there's definitely, you know, I think in terms of relationships, always I go back to the Lover's card, right? Where the masculine is looking at the feminine and the feminine is looking at the divine. And whether or not you're a masculine or a feminine Pisces, Pisces is a feminine sign. And, you know, this is where the masculine energy is looking to the feminine energy to lead. And the feminine energy is looking to the highest and best as far as where to go. And so there is this energy of, you know, I do feel you're blazing a path, or you are on some kind of new beginning here where you're actually, I almost feel like setting an example, or people are starting to notice you, or people are starting to even like take your lead, or it's almost like you have always been there doing this, but you haven't always been maybe recognized for it. And now it's like you're really turning heads, or you're really getting people's attention, or they're coming to the place themselves where maybe they have ascended a little bit, or they're waking up a little bit, and they're seeing the wisdom in what you're saying. It doesn't maybe happen all at once, but you're leading, you're guiding people in this direction. And then you have this she who remains, and it's powerful devotion and true worth. And Pisces, this is really telling you, be that pillar of consciousness in your world. Be that pillar of consciousness, not just for yourself, but for everyone, for the greater good of everyone. There is definitely this energy of, you know, it is not always easy to be very true to yourself. And I feel like Pisces is one of those signs that typically is true to themselves. They have the reputation of being the free spirit. And, you know, at times people will chastise you for that, or people will say, oh, you're different, or you're, you know, you're this or you're that, because you're not trying to conform. But in other times, people will see the wisdom in not conforming, and they will see the wisdom in always having been that straight, strong pillar of consciousness, and that unyielding, commitment to yourself and to what you know is right, and to your intuition, to that high priestess energy. All right, Pisces, I don't know. This is an intense situation. I feel almost like you are having some kind of reward here for I don't know, the work that you have done, or the work that you're doing. This can be healing yourself. This could be anything. There is a heavy emphasis here on healing. And you know, empathy and compassion are so freaking important. And empathy and compassion, honestly, they are, I don't want to say they come from, but they are greatly deepened by our own experiences of suffering, our own experiences of challenge, of obstacle, of difficulty. Then when we see someone else suffering, or we see someone else challenged, or facing an obstacle, or facing a difficulty, when we go to them from the vein of what we feel would have served us in that moment. And people feel that, people know that, you know, that's like, yeah, yeah. So anyway, I don't know. It's kind of like this grief and sadness. There's this meme on Instagram and it says, the way you're figuring your way through your suffering, or whatever, I'm definitely paraphrasing that, will someday be the guidebook for someone else. You see what I'm saying? And that's the kind of the energy that I'm getting here. It's like you have suffered, you have been through grief, you have maybe gone into a bit of a hermit mode, you have maybe figured yourself out, or figured out how to navigate the space in the best way possible for you, Pisces. And that may be extremely helpful to someone, or it may even be bringing in some kind of opportunity here. Wow, 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And, you know, a heavy emphasis on all relationships with that card. Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh, Pisces, You have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. This is multiple times now that you guys have been getting this energy. And I think yesterday, I feel like, I don't know if it was yesterday, I never know, but if it was the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups, and then today now you're getting the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, I want to say that's what happened here. That for me is my surefire sign that, like, yes, there are relationships coming. This is about reaching our own level of emotional contentment and stability on our own, therefore, like, making us ready. You know, it is a signal to the universe when we reach that place on our own that we are ready to share that with another person. And with the 10 of Earth coming out with the 7 of Earth, there's this energy of, you know, you have really been investing, you have really been doing the work, you have really showed up. And this 7 of Earth is a card of divine timing. And this is about when the universe shows up and delivers the how. And it may be some way that you least expect it. And it may come from somewhere that you just can't even imagine. It's just like out of the blue. I just keep getting that energy. And I think, like, I've been getting it for several days now. I remember telling the story about how my husband and I were talking about that. So I don't know. But this feels like a theme. So anyway, you have the 2 of Fire and the 4 of Air next. And the 2 of Fire is it's that crossroads. It's that point in our life where, you know, we're ready to let go possibly of a past story or a past narrative or a past way of being. And we're ready to transition into a new phase. We're ready to kind of leave it behind and say, okay, you know, I'm focused forward. I'm focused on the future. I'm focused on, you know, where I'm headed, not where I have been. I am releasing all the things that are, you know, kind of connected to I don't know. It's like coming up as like the suffering of the past or the past experience, the past that like didn't roll our way, didn't go our way. It's kind of like I am able to fully kind of release that and to just really focus on the present moment and, you know, where I hope to go. With the 4 of Air, there's just this energy of healing and clearing our mind. And this is important, especially when you're manifesting or especially when you are in transition like this. You have let go of a past energy. And please understand when I'm saying this, I'm not saying you guys have to give up your past people right now. That's not what I'm saying. You can decide who you want to take with you into the present moment. I'm just talking about letting go of the narrative, of the suffering, of the stories, of the reliving, of the, staying in the pain of it all. Because we do, our bodies do not understand the difference between something that we're experiencing real time and something that we're reliving. And so when we keep recalling painful events of our past, we keep putting our bodies through that experience. And we're kind of causing unnecessary additional suffering. Once we have lived through it, we have gotten everything that we need from that moment. The only thing that we can continue, how do I want to say it? We can reframe it, right, by looking for the positive, by looking for the gift. But if we still keep reliving that moment, and even if in the end we go, yeah, but look, I definitely learned this from it, we're still putting our bodies through that. We don't want to put our bodies through that. Our bodies are human. Our bodies, like, their longevity depends on the care we take of them. And part of the care we take of them is our mental health and is our emotional health. And so, if you are able to just say, okay, I've processed that. I know that no further good comes from it. It can't hurt me anymore. I already lived through it. I've already experienced it. I don't need to experience it again. If you can change your narrative to that, rather than just allowing yourself to sort of go through. I have a dear friend who is a psychic, and she always says, your mind is like a puppy dog and you have to train it. And I think it's so true. It's not about resisting. it's also, it's about observing it. It's about not identifying with it. It's about being able to separate yourself from it and understand that, you know, that is an experience that you had that led to a deeper awakening or led to a deeper understanding. But you don't, like, holding on to the actual experience and the he said and the she said and the this happened and this was not fair and this, I've never gotten an apology for this and this and that. All of those things, that takes a toll on your physical health. And that's something, you know, people say anti-aging, but can we really anti-age? You know what I mean? Well, you know, you can take care of yourself, right? And you can move forward really trying your best to take care of yourself and fueling yourself with good things, but you can't really roll back the clock. That would be lovely and nice, and maybe someday we'll be able to do that. But right now, it's kind of like, we just have to sort of take care of ourselves. And our body is the human part. And our body is the part that absorbs that. Our body is the part that takes the hit for that. And so with this Four of Air, there's this energy of just clearing the mind. Just clearing, you know, allowing ourselves to just sort of relax. And just sort of be the observer of our thoughts. And to not really take them on. And to not really... you know, self-identify with them, and to not need to really heavily process or repeat or go over multiple times this or that. It's just to sort of lay back and to relax and to trust the universe, to trust that we've put our sketches out there for the universe, and just like, okay, now we're going to just chill out and we're going to just allow ourselves to heal. We're going to clear our energy. You know, if you need to cry, get it out. You know, it's important to purge and release and let go of before you're ready for something new. Just let it all go, you know, honestly, just open yourself up to just the possibility and the present moment and the hope and the optimism of where we're headed. So you guys have this energy of a King of Earth, the Sun, and the Emperor. So heavy emphasis on the fire signs, with Leo and Aries showing up, and the earth signs with the King of Earth. I'm going to clarify this, but Pisces, a part of me feels like this is you. But let me see. Ooh. Wow. You guys, divine timing is all over this reading. All right, so Pisces, if this is you, which I think that it could be, I feel like, especially if you have been struggling financially, or even if you haven't been struggling financially, but you've had your focus on finance or career or job, there's something here about there may be opportunities coming in. There may even be travel, opportunities for travel. There may be also even opportunities for change or for advancement or promotion at work. This is something that will come in divine timing. But this is something where, again, I feel you are shoring up or solidifying some kind of foundation here for yourself, and some kind of abundance in your life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be money. It can be whatever your currency is. If your currency is energy, if your currency is sleep, if your currency is love, if your currency, like whatever it is, you have some energy coming in here to really bolster it, or to really bring favor to it, or to bring potential for a greater success, a greater advancement here with the Eight of Wands. And then you have the Sun and you have the Emperor. And for me, you know, this is someone who is awakening. That's how I'm feeling about it. It may be somebody who felt a need to control, or felt a need to, I'm going to clarify this. This also can be you. You know, it is about success, it is about recognition, and it is about leadership. And we've seen those cards attached to your energy already. So for some of you, it is just like a confirmation of that, or it can be multiple things, right? So let's see. I'm just going to clarify it. Yeah. Okay. See, this theme just keeps coming up for you guys in love. Oh my gosh, you guys are getting euphoria twice in your reading. Okay. You definitely have happiness. You have euphoria with the sun. I mean, come on. You have happiness coming in big time. And it's not even just happiness. I'm getting like purposefulness. I'm getting like, I'm getting like overall like a sense of connection, a sense of purpose, a sense of clarity, and it's happiness that comes from really deep-seated places within us, that speaks to us with us. You know, it isn't just like, oh, my person came back and I'm happy now. It's not like that. It's so much deeper than that. It's so much more all-encompassing than that. Because our happiness comes, a lot of times it comes when we feel like we are being of service to others, or when we feel like our life has a meaning or has a purpose, or when we feel like, you know, we are connected to those around us, or that our relationships are strengthening us or healing us, or, you know, it comes from so many deep-seated things within us. And that kind of happiness carries far much more sustainability than the kind of happiness of, my person came back. You know what I mean? It really does. And it may not feel that way, or it may not seem that way, but like that kind of happiness is, it's not something that is taken away from us, or, you know, is here when it's here and gone when it's gone. It is a happiness that becomes a part of us on a kind of a really deep level. Okay, so there is a sense here, though, that I do feel like there is, for some of you, this is a past person that may be kind of coming back around. And let me tell you, this doesn't just mean it's just the past person. I mean, I feel like there is a whole lot happening around you, Pisces, that is going to lead you to this place, or you will discover this place within yourself and it can be something where it's like almost your own realization of the greater picture. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, we don't sit around all day thinking about our legacy, or we don't sit around all day thinking about, you know, the contribution that we're making in our community, or to our friend group, or to our family, or to whatever it is. And there is something where with the Sun card and the Emperor card, it's like it's being reflected back to you. Possibly, if some of you are mentors, it comes back in the success of your student. Or if you're parents, it comes back in the, you know, in the just seeing your child really happy, or it comes back. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily something where I don't know, you just take that as it resonates, okay? Because that I think really sort of encapsulates how I'm feeling. Or, you know, if it's at work, it's your contribution, you know, it's Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. I think you all will personally know what that's about, but it also, it goes really deep with you, you know, and it affects, I feel like, even the way that you're sort of seeing yourself or relating to yourself or seeing yourself in relation to society or in relation to your community or in relation to, it's giving me like your solar plexus chakra, which is like our identity and how we relate to the world around us. So take it as it resonates. um but anyway, and it may just be that, like, I mean, this again, you know, we all like, there's a janitor at my daughter's school, and she's always like talking to me like, this guy, he has been a part of this school for a very long time, and he knows everybody and everybody knows him, and you know, he makes people feel like they're at home, you know, because he remembers their name, and he, you know what I'm saying, and like, that is something that is so special, and it's something that, like, you know, he brings to that situation that is, you know, unique unto him and unique unto the school, because he is making that contribution. And it does help, because people do go to school far away from home and they do lack family, and when you feel like people know you and people care about you, that really matters. That has a tremendous impact on how you feel about yourself, your day, your community, your school, you know, all of it. So it can be anything, you know what I'm saying? But you have this energy of, you know, you are a very loyal sign, almost maybe even sometimes to a fault, I feel. Um, and, you know, I feel like you're just looking for that same kind of loyalty, that same kind of dedication in return. And I feel like a lot of times what you get in return is like, I just don't know. I'm just not sure what I want. You know, with the heart fog and the apprehension and the sidetracked, it's like you tend to get people who are not sure, or are not even sure about who they are or about what they want. And I feel like we keep getting this theme in your readings, and we have depth of glaring on the bottom of the deck of, you know, people that haven't met themselves deeply, right? People who don't really know who they are. And so this can either be a past person who's stepping up, who's realizing, who's asking themselves the deep questions, who's, you know, kind of finding the depth within themselves, possibly even through this relationship or through this connection. They're finding the clarity within themselves about what is actually really important to them, or that maybe even they have known what's important to them, but they haven't had the courage to risk emotional intimacy to actually show up for the thing. You know what I mean? So there's, you know, because they didn't trust themselves, or they were more worried about what other people would think, or they, you know, there's so many reasons, and they've come out in a lot of your readings lately. And it can even be someone who just prioritized other things, or, you know, is someone that always follows what is sparkly and shiny, or, you know, what they think is going to be the answer to all their problems or whatever. You know, where it's like Pisces, I think you're a little bit more practical. I think you're a bit more worldly. I think you're a bit more understanding that, you know, that doesn't really exist outside of yourself. You know what I mean? And so you've asked yourself, you know, who am I? You know, you've met yourself deeply, and you know who you are, and you know when you feel that sense of connection, or you feel that sense of inspiration to connect deeply with someone, and you will stay loyal to them. And the fact that other people don't know their own mind or their own heart in that way has got to be very confusing for you on many levels. But that with the Sun and the Emperor, this is someone who is very sure of themselves. This is someone who has gotten clarity, and this can be someone brand new coming into your life as well. Believe me, there is just this energy of someone who, you know, is prepared to make big decisions. You know, they know their own mind. They know what they want. They know what they want when they see it. They have complete clarity, and they understand the abundance and the stability of what you're bringing to the table and who you're showing up as. And they recognize that, and it's something that they're also looking for, and that they're seeing in you with the Sun card and the euphoria. You know, they're just as happy to come across you as you are to come across them. And with the 10 of Cups, I mean, this is where we experience that emotional contentment with another person. This is where we have that true meeting of the body, mind, and soul, you know, and the ability to kind of translate that into navigating life together, you know, as a partnership, as a collaboration, as a shared experience. All right, Pisces, let me get you some message cards. There was a heavy emphasis with the eclipse on relationships and change. People may be waking up to what they really want and, you know, wanting to be a part of something deeper here. Oh my. But this can also be you being very clear about what you want and what you don't want and what you're not willing to handle and what you're not willing to take on. And if someone's going to be confused or they're going to leave you confused and they're not offering you the same loyalty that you're offering them, I feel like you have a very clear picture of what you want and you will make the best decision for yourself here with the Emperor card. You have a firm foundation. You have everything that you need. And you're going to be happy regardless. With 2 Euphorias coming out, the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, I feel like Pisces, that's like a can't lose situation. All right, you have with the water sign, I won't let you down. I'm not financially stable. I want you back. I miss hearing your voice. I wonder how you feel. I can't do this. I compare others to you. So somebody who's still working through some things. If you're dealing with a fire sign. You were the best thing in my life. Chemistry, the attraction you feel is mutual. Here and now, your true love is already part of your life. Marriage, this relationship is moving towards sacred union. I see life differently now. I hope that you can forgive me one day. All right, well, that's intense. Okay, if you're dealing with an earth sign, you're getting, I have too much to lose. Regret, someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. I feel so happy with you. Awakening, someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. I can't get enough of you. Self-care, clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. If you're dealing with an air sign, whoa, 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 my gosh, you guys. Time apart, some distance will help bring clarity. I wish I could share my good news with you. I want to feel that way again. I want to start over. Forgiveness, forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. And balance, one person is giving too much in this relationship. Pisces, this is what I have for you today. I really hope it helps. I hope it brings you some peace and some clarity. If it does, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I love to hear from you guys. I am sending you off with so much love and all of my best. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.